When I was younger, it was all about achieving and succeeding. I was primary school head boy, deputy head boy at college. Not long after that, joined the Army. By the time I was 19, I was a commissioned officer in the Army. I went on from there, and by 24 I was doing pilot training with the New Zealand Air Force, having had 5 years in the Army. I hadn't really failed at anything, so I didn't see that if I put my heart and effort into something that, I may or may not achieve it. It was, no, if I put the effort in, I'll be successful. And that was the philosophy that I lived my life with at that time. Even though I was quite successful, it was hollow in itself, because you're the only one there patting yourself on the back. And I really, really thought that it was time to find someone to share my life with. And so when I followed up on a pen pal and went and met her, I thought, yep, this will do. This will be acceptable, and this will look like success. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a pilot, and for me that was going to be my lifetime goal to become a pilot. At the time, flying in the Air Force was sort of the only option for a poor boy from Levin to be able to afford, and I ended up with an academic failure. And when that happened, I just lost all hope of the future. So much so that my wife decided, in this depressed state that I was in, that she would go back to her family in Australia, and I would catch up with her when I'd sorted myself out, basically, was the arrangement that we came to. And I just never really sorted myself out after that. It took a long time. By the time I was 30, I was divorced from my first wife. And I can remember on the 20th of May 2000 being at 2 in the morning on my knees in a room and just saying, Lord, I've made a mess of my life at this stage. I've made a mess of it. Can you fix it? I allowed the Lord to lead me. And sometimes it was more just, here's an opportunity that opened up, and so I walked through that door. It was never necessarily a booming, God moment and a loud voice or anything like that. But there were days when I just knew that the Lord was with me. And a friend had given me a scripture called 1 Peter 5:10. That one scripture gave me hope. It was the hope that said that God had called me. No matter what had happened, He'd called me. Through His Son, Jesus Christ, who had atoned for all my mistakes, both past, present and future, He was going to restore me. Not me, not my efforts, not me trying to succeed, but He was going to restore me. And over the last 13 years, I've just seen the Lord do that. Right across the road, there was a girl. My sister set me up to meet her, and we just hadn't been apart since. Because I'd been, had a failure in a relationship, I just was super cautious, but we dated for 2 years. We then got married, and the Lord has blessed us with 2 beautiful daughters. I've got another child on the way, and I feel that the Lord has restored my ability to be confident in relationships and friendships, and with my wife and with other people through this whole process. And my children are a reminder of God's faithfulness through that that whole period. And yeah, she's amazing.